Hi kids, my name's Nicole and this is Let's Make Art, and you're here to paint with us today, and we are doing a beautiful sandcastle. So grab out your supplies, which if we can do an overhead, I'm going to show you what we're using. We are using our watercolor paper. This is a blank paper this time because you're going to draw this on your own, which I'm going to show you. I want you to have your brush. It might be helpful to have a big and a small because we're going to be doing lots of different things. And then the colors, let me show you, that we're using are, if you can have a red or a magenta works if you have that, a yellow, a blue, so those are our primary colors. Red, yellow, and blue are primary colors. And sepia, which is a brown. So those are the three colors we're using. Then the extra special tools are magical white crayon, which you'll see is we're going to use that to make the clouds and our water. And then a crayon, I'm just going to use a crayon to outline, but you can use any color that you have. So, oh, and a pencil. Now, I would like to start with our motto. Actually, we'll introduce Keenan. I forgot to do that.
Okay.
We're going to introduce you to our cameraman. You may know him. If you hear his voice, this is what he looks like.
Oh.
So he's here to paint with you and me today, and I'm so excited that you're here. So what we like to do is we have a motto that we say to get us started. So if you can raise your right hand and repeat after me. I am brave.
I am brave.
I am kind.
I am kind.
And I am creative.
And I am creative.
Let's do this. Boom. Okay, and the last word of that motto is creative, and you are going to be so creative today with me. So the first step is grab your pencil. You have your piece of paper. This is your blank canvas. This is your world to paint. So I'm going to help guide you. We have a little guide right here. Ooh. To draw our sandcastle. Now, when you are doing this, I want to look at you and tell you that you can make this however you want. If you want yours to be longer than mine, if you want yours to be smaller, you get to make this your own. So I'm just going to give you some steps to help you get started. Okay, first step is, if you're looking at the sandcastle, we're going to be drawing shapes. So do you see how this is a square? And this is a rectangle?
Yes.
So you are going to use these as building blocks, just like how maybe you build, maybe you have Legos or
a sandcastle.
A sandcastle. So you're going to build on top of it to make, yes, your sandcastle. So first step is I want you to start with either a rectangle or a square. And you're going to start kind of in the middle somewhere. And I'm going to draw, and I'm using my pencil. I'm going to draw a square. Then, on top of your square, do you see how on the sandcastle there are smaller squares?
Yes.
So that is on some sandcastles, I've seen that, and I think it looks really cool. So here's a way to do that. Is you're going to draw, let's say, it's about right here.
Do you know why those are there?
No, I don't actually.
Those are there for the taller parts where the wall is on the sandcastle, or real castles is so that the people that are defending the castle can hide behind it away from enemies and then peek out.
So maybe there's someone hiding right here?
Yes.
Cool. I love that. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to draw smaller rectangles on here that touch the very top. So I'm going to draw a rectangle like that. And then you're going to leave some space, and then you're going to draw another one. So our top is right here, so we just need to draw the sides and then the bottom. Then you're going to erase these tops. You'll see a magic happen. Boom! Do you see how we just made those?
So easy.
Look what you did. Okay, now we're gonna add some more to, like I said, we're gonna build on top of it to our sandcastle. Now, I want to draw a tower, because maybe in our big sandcastle, there's another tower. So maybe on one of the sides, I'm gonna add a really tall rectangle to it. Then maybe you want to draw another one over here, but maybe it's smaller. I don't know. They all can look different, and that's what's so cool. We all are unique. So again, I want you to make this however you like. Now, on top of my tower, or let's see. Okay, I have these towers. I'm going to add more towers. So I had on here, I'm going to add a few more layers because it's so cool when you look at something, maybe it keeps getting higher and higher. So to do that, we're going to add more. So I'm going to come over here, and this is in front. So I'm going to draw another rectangle like that. But you don't see the bottom because it's behind it. Then let's draw one more on top maybe. So again, we're just drawing rectangles or squares. Fun. Okay, now on the tops of our towers, do you know what this shape is? It has 3 sides.
Triple angle. Triangle.
So close.
Dang it.
A triangle.
Triangle.
So we're going to draw a triangle that has 3 sides. So pretend this is your bottom, and maybe let's make this a little bit longer. So there's my bottom of my triangle. And then if it helps, I like to draw triangles like this. This helps me, and you try it out if it helps you too. I'm going to go like this in the middle, and I'm going to draw a dot. And then I'm going to connect my dot to this side right here, because that's going to make my second side, and then do the opposite, so which is the other side. So I'm going to take my dot and right here, and I'm going to connect it. See how I made a triangle?
Nice triangle.
Yes. Okay, let's add another one up here. So again, I'm going to make this line a little bit longer. It's like a hat on top of it.
I had an idea.
Yes, tell me your idea.
What if, because it's not safe for a castle to have a shorter tower on one side.
Oh, it's not?
Well, because it's a defensive thing.
Okay, so should I make that taller?
No, it could be under construction.
Okay, sounds good.
So they're working on it.
They're working on it. So then should I not put a triangle on it then?
Don't put a triangle on it. Maybe put lines that look like they're going to put a wall there. Right?
What do you mean lines? Like this?
Maybe put like a straight line on top of the shape from the edge up. And then, because they want to build it up.
Yeah.
So maybe they have to make sure it's braced. So make sure that one that's standing straight up doesn't tip over.
Oh.
And just draw half a line, because it's
like
under
this?
construction. Yeah.
Okay.
And then maybe down on the bottom you can say, "Do not enter this area." Under construction. You have signs everywhere that are yellow.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I love your creative brain. Okay. Do you see how fun this is that you can make this your own?
Look, you made another triangle.
Oh yeah, that's a different size triangle.
Yeah.
There we go.
You could draw scaffolding.
What's scaffolding?
Scaffolding is a custom platform that you can build taller and taller as you build a wall that's taller than you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Does scaffolding go on sandcastles? Why not?
Why not? What if the ants are making sandcastles? They need scaffolding. Well, I guess they climb the walls.
Yes, you can.
What
make
if we were
scaffolding.
shrunk? We're so tiny that we have to use tiny scaffolding made out of toothpicks.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll draw ants over here.
Okay. And grapes.
Okay. I'm going to draw a crab.
Draw a crab.
Because this is in the sand.
Is the crab the king of the castle or the enemy?
Yes.
Excellent.
The king.
Oh, like
Okay.
a circle.
Crab. So
An oval.
crab? Does that look like a crab?
Yeah, totally.
My imaginary crab. Okay. I drew a circle, which actually I want you to draw some more circles because our people who are defending our castle need to look out, right?
Yes.
So let's draw somewhere. I want to draw some circles right here, or maybe it's one really, oh, maybe I'm going to draw one big one. A circle right here, so that's one of their pop-outs. So you can draw circles. Maybe there's one right here.
Nicole.
Yes.
Crabs have 10 legs.
Whoa, snap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we added some circles for them to look out. Then we need a door. So to draw a door, you're going to draw a half circle or an upside down U. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to start to curve over and then come back down. So there's my door. Do you want to have more doors?
Or a gate.
Ooh, a gate. Let's draw.
You could make your door into a gate. Yeah, just like that.
Maybe there's a door handle right there.
But you have to have crossbars in order for those pieces of wood to stick together.
Like that?
I was going to say in thirds, but yeah, that's great. That looks good.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, I like it. Then let's do, should there be a door or windows? Ooh, maybe stacked windows.
Definitely no openings on the bottom of the tower. The tower is for defense. You got to be safe.
Okay.
Ooh, they do have thin windows sometimes too.
Thin windows? Okay,
really
right here.
Thin.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, thin windows.
Uh-huh. Nice. Those are really thin rectangles.
Yeah, we're just trying more rectangles. Fun! Okay, now, ooh, I want a flag. So on the top, maybe I'll do the flag over here this time. So draw a flag. I want to draw a vertical line going up. Which way should the flag go? Right or left? Or up?
Tough question, because if you go left, it might go off the page. If you go right, it might go into...
Maybe should I do it here then? Or does it come off here?
Yeah, right. So I was going to say right there.
Yeah? Okay. So I'm changing it up. So I'm going to erase this. So there's my flagpole. Then to draw a flag, I'm going to go a curve. So I'm going to go up, swoop, curve back down, and do the same thing. Up, and then back down, and then connect.
Where you were going to put the flag before could have been a lightning rod.
Okay. I'll put it back.
Nice.
Okay, now our sandcastle needs to be on sand. So right now it's just floating in space. I want to ground it, so I'm going to add some lines. So let's see. We're going to put sand here. So do you see how on here, this sandcastle is kind of in front. So I'm going to draw a line, and then it's behind here. So I'm going to go, oh, pretend. When it gets to here, there it is. So now do you see how all of this is going to be sand?
Oh.
But my imagination sees water behind the sand because we're at the beach right now. So I'm going to draw another line up here, and I'm going to go across. And once it hits my castle, pretend right here, and then come across. So this is sky, this is water, and this is sand. And look what you just made. You drew that.
Good job.
Yes. Good job. Okay. Now let's grab a crayon. So I like to use a crayon because it helps me just outline it and then I know what I'm going to paint. So I'm just going to use a crayon. You can use any colors. You can use brown, you can use yellow, or you can use peach. And so we're going to fast forward, but I want you to outline your sandcastle. Go. Okay, so now I outlined my entire sandcastle. I'm gonna go and grab my white crayon. So I want you to do that if you have one. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw our clouds and our water, because that is what's white on our painting. So in my sky, remember our sky is all the way up here, is I'm gonna just use my crayon and I'm gonna push really hard and I'm gonna draw circles.
Ooh.
So I'm just going circle, 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 all right here, and maybe make a puff of cloud right there. Maybe there's one over here. So do you see how this kind of looks just like scribbles?
Yes.
That's all you gotta do.
Nice.
And you make them in little puffs of cloud so they can be all different sizes. Because when we look up at the sky, clouds aren't the same size. They're all different.
Some of them are shaped like lions.
That's true. Maybe we'll add some lines. So you won't be able to see it, but it's there. Then let's do our water. So in our water, whenever you look at the water, the waves go like this. So I want you to add some squiggle lines in your water. The water is this section and this area. So I'm pushing hard, and I'm just going to draw some squiggle lines. Then here's a fun thing. If you've ever been to the beach, the water comes in and it comes out. So when it comes in, do you ever see some little white foam? That's what happens when it's hitting and it's rushing at you. So we're going to use our white crayon and draw that right here. So on this line, because that's where the water hits the sand, so I want you to push really hard, and let's do the same squiggles that we did up here and use it right here. So I'm drawing over that line, I'm drawing lots of squiggles because that's going to be my foam. I love the ocean and the water. So pushing really, really hard, boom. Last thing, if you want to write something in your flag, you can do it.
Your name?
You don't have to. I wonder if you can see your name.
Pizza?
I might do an N. You can draw pizza.
Your initial?
Yeah. Ooh, that looks cool. So maybe you do that too. Okay, now we are ready to paint. So let's start with the top, which is our sky. Do you see how this is a really light blue?
Yes.
So I want to show you a trick. Here's how you make a lighter blue, because when we did this, we have this really dark blue, which is the same color as our ocean. So let's use that color. So if I have my palette, so here's my blue. I'm going to pick some of it up and put it over here. I'm going to dip in my water cup, and I'm going to have my water, and I'm going to move it over. So I'm just going to add more water. So then when I paint, look at that.
What?
Do you see how it's a lighter color? So if you want an even lighter, add more water. So water makes it lighter. Look at that.
Wow.
So let's paint our sky. So I'm going to put this here. Oh, actually, before we do that, I'm going to tape down my paper. So I'm going to grab some tape, and you can do that too. So we're going to tape out our edge, and then I'm going to start painting the sky. So I want you to do that too. Okay, so I started to paint. We taped ours down. Now, can you see how our clouds are starting to appear?
The magic is happening.
What? So yours, that's happening to your painting, and I hope you're just as excited. And again, we are painting the sky, which is behind our sandcastle. So again, if you want a really light blue, add water. Some paint around my flag. Oh, those clouds look so cool. Okay. Now, next step is we have our sky painted. Now let's paint our water. So our water is this area, and I'm going to use my blue that I have on here. So I want my blue to be a little bit stronger. Now, if your water, sometimes when you look at water, it may be blue. In some places, it may be turquoise. Maybe it has a little bit of green tint. So we have our blue here. If you want to mix a different color, here's what you do. Add a little bit of yellow, because blue plus yellow makes green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, let's see what happens. If I add 1 drop of yellow, I'm going to test it out. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that's really green. So if I want my water, maybe that's like a lake. Some lakes are that color, right?
Yeah, they are.
So if I added a little bit of blue, let's see what happens. Ooh, do you see how it's in between those?
Yeah.
That's how we make magic. That's what you are. You're a little artist making magic. So I really like that color. So I'm going to go and I'm going to paint in my water. Ooh, and there's our squiggle lines. So we're painting behind because our sandcastle is in front. So I'm just painting the sides. If you want to also be creative, maybe you add more blue. Maybe you add some blue lines or some squiggles in here.
Ooh, I like that.
Why not? There we go. There's our water.
You could add a shark fin.
Ooh, I love doing that. Adding something jumping out.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have our sky and our water. Let's paint our sand. So, to make a sand color, we have our brown that we started with, but if you look at our brown, it's a little bit dark. So here's the trick. I want you to start with your brown. So I have my brown right here. I'm gonna add, let's do maybe 3 drops of yellow. That was a lot. Add some yellow. Let's see what that makes. Ooh.
Oh, that's golden.
That's a gold color. So what I'm thinking is, what if we add 1 drop of red? Let's see what happens. Might warm it up a little bit. Ooh, that kind of changed it a little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
I like kind of like all of them. That's so fun. So I'm gonna do that, and then let's do the same trick that we did here where we add water. I'm gonna add water. Let's bring this closer. If you need to bring your water cup closer, that may help. I'm gonna add more water, so let's bring this over here. If you add more water, do you remember what it's gonna do? It's gonna make it lighter.
Ooh.
So you see how that lighter, that looks like sand.
Yes.
Yes, did I get paint on me?
Sure.
Cool. Okay, so you have those colors, and again, if you have different colors, because sands are all different colors, is you're going to go, let's see, I'm gonna add more water as I go. Ooh, that will be fun. So what if you put your color on, dip your brush in water, and then paint more. Gotta paint around my crab. I'll paint my crab at the very end. So I'm using water and painting all my sand. Then we're gonna do a magic trick, but paint the whole sand area. Okay, so we're gonna do this quick. Now, while it's wet, so I used a lot of water. Here's another trick. We're just making lots of tricks. I'm gonna grab use my brown. And what I want you to do is I want you to dip in, and we're gonna make explosions. Because when you look at sand, it's a lot of little tiny pieces of grain. So do you see how in our example, we see that right here? So to do that is I'm gonna grab my brown, and we're going to add drops like that anywhere on your painting. And because it's wet, maybe we can do a side view. Because it's wet, it's making those really fun explosions. If you want to do a really big one, you get a lot of water, you make a big one. Ooh, Keenan can do some sound effects for us.
I can't make the right sound.
What? Oh, are you trying to think of what sound it is? I hope they can hear that. Like water dropping?
Yeah.
Let me, so I'm gonna do a whole bunch. So again, we're making our little grains of sand. Now, if yours paper's more dry, your explosions may look a little bit different than ours, which is so cool. So I might let that dry a little bit. Sweet! So
that looks so cool.
Yeah, this technique is called wet on wet, or our explosion technique. Okay, now I need to actually make more sand color because our sandcastle is also this same color. So I'm gonna go in. So remember, to make our sand is a little bit of brown, a little bit of yellow, and then I'm gonna do 1 drop of red. And then I want to put it over here. I want to add, oh, I just got color on my other one. That's okay.
That's okay.
Makes it pretty. Okay, let me add more water. So again, water makes a lighter color, and it's okay. Do you see how my water is this green color?
Yeah.
It still works.
Nice. That's nice of it to keep working.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is let's paint all of this, and then we'll make these ones darker. How's that sound?
Okay.
So I'm going to paint all of this. Now, if it's a dark color and you want it to be lighter, add more water and paint. So we're going to paint all of this. Keenan, do you like the beach?
I like how the beach looks in pictures.
It does look really cool in pictures.
And in videos.
Uh-huh.
But sand gets everywhere, and that just makes me itchy.
But it won't hurt you.
Nope, can't hurt me.
Nope.
I like to have, food on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
If the sand doesn't get in my food.
That makes sense.
I like
Just a
when
hot
big
summer
waves
day.
can pick me up.
Yes. Oh, yes, here's our waves.
Yes.
I forgot to show that.
The waves are splashing.
Yes. Okay, now, while this is also wet, let's do the similar technique of where it was wet on wet. Is I'm going to have my brown. And when you look at this, let's do that. When you look at this, do you see how on this sandcastle there's some darker parts and there's some lighter parts? So what we're going to do is you're going to take your darker brown, and while this is still wet, I want you to just outline meaning trace over the lines, so all the shapes. So here's my rectangle, here's my triangle. So while it's wet, it will then explode into the color just like we did here, but kind of bleeds into it. So this creates shape and makes it look 3D, because otherwise it just looks flat. So again, I'm just outlining it. You can be loose, have fun, just kind of paint along. And it will kind of go into the next one. So again, I'm just tracing the outline. Now, if your paint dried, kind of like it did here, that's okay. Here's what I want you to do. So I want you to grab water or put water in your paintbrush, and then where you see that line, if we can do a side view where you see that line, I want you to touch it with water and go like that.
Oh, nice.
So it blends it in. There we go. You're an artist. So I'm gonna do the same thing as I'm outlining. So my paint's still wet, so we're okay. Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. Now we are going to paint the windows and the door. Let's start. I'm gonna go here and this way because I'm right-handed, so then I'm gonna go this way. Now if you're left-handed, maybe you start on the other side. So I'm gonna start over here. And if this is wet and you wanna have a snack break, you can also go do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm painting my windows a dark brown. So I went and I got more brown. Now it may explode a little bit because it's kind of wet, and I like how that looks.
Me too.
I think that looks so cool. Oh, it's really going into each other. Like that. Oh, and these are windows too. Okay. What color do you want me to paint the door?
Really dark.
A really, really dark brown? Oh, can I add some red to it?
That's crayon on the door, right?
Yeah.
So it should separate a little bit.
True.
So just the same color as the windows.
Okay, okay. Same brown?
Yeah, same brown. And then watch out for the doorknob.
Okay.
Oh.
Might have touched it, but that's okay. Sweet.
Yeah,
Now,
that looks cool.
I just want to show you all these cool magic tricks. This blended into each other, which looks really cool. I kind of want to see what happens if I use water and I go like this and then blend it more. I just want to see what happens. Fun. Maybe you add more sand dots. Ooh, I kind of want to do that. Maybe we'll add some darker sand dots because there's a lot of little grains. Okay, now last step is, after I do this, last step is I have two things that aren't painted. One is my flag and the other one is my crab. Good thing we have red. I think I'm gonna make my crab red. Give him some lines. Then, what color should I make my flag? It could also be red. We can make orange.
Yes.
What were you thinking?
Your favorite color?
Yellow?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna do both.
Okay.
Okay, if you wanna make orange, orange is red, so I have my red right here. Orange is red and yellow. Then when I'm thinking my favorite color is yellow, I'm gonna add some more yellow. So it's gonna be a mix of colors. So I'm gonna start with red, orange, and then it's gonna blend. So you use water. Whenever you switch colors, you use water. And then I'm gonna go in and get yellow, and I'm gonna touch it. What? Then it blended into the other color.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, now, actually, there's one more step. We're all done, but I want you to take off your tape. So take off your tape. Oh, and my end's starting to appear.
Yes.
Yes. Look what you made. And guess what? Like we said, everyone's is so unique. So you can see how we painted the same project, but they may look a little bit different. And that is beautiful and amazing. And I'm so proud of you for painting and drawing this. You drew this with us today. So I'm so excited. I want to see, Keenan and I want to see, we all want to see.
Please show us
what you made. We want to see your beautiful sandcastle. So we have a Facebook group called Let's Make Art Kids Art Projects, where ask a grown-up to take a picture and show with us. We also have an Instagram called Let's Make Art Kids. It's not another fun place. And then I wanted to do something, and we wanted to give a shout out because we have so many little artists just like you. And one of them, his name is Declan, so we'll show a picture of him. Declan drew this really cool orca whale, and this is actually one of our projects we can do too. So if you're at the beach, maybe you see an orca whale.
Ooh.
Maybe you want to paint it. So Declan made this, and he wrote, you can see his name, he called this orca whale splash with an E. And he drew a little story about it. So it was awesome. So good job, Declan. And thank you all for painting with us. We have so much fun. Always remember that you're brave, kind, and so creative. See you next time. Bye.